All right, my friends. I'm excited for this. So last month I did a 2v2 Black Forest game for low elo, and it was a really solid game, and then I accidentally deleted the recording, and we never went back to get it up. So that one unfortunately disappeared. And ever since then, I've wanted to do 2v2 Black Forest at low elo, and that's what we have here. So the elo that I have at the top is their team game elo, but now, ever since they made the change last week or the week before with team game elo, it also reflects their 1v1 elo as well, as I think everyone in this game is around the 800 elo mark. And the yellow we've got, whoa, what is this strategy? What? Never seen before. Normally on Black Forest, players wall up the choke point, but blue drops a barracks in the choke point. Well, that's one way to do it. And now yellow has no clue what to do, and yellow's like, is that good? Because I've never seen that before. And drops their own barracks. Oh my god. Okay, well, I wanted to get the introductions in. I mean, they are not going to be able to afford anything. Look at blue's wood count now. 0 on wood. And will struggle to make lumber camps, mills, etc. I've never seen this in thousands of games. Whether it be a 1v1, like a 1v1, I've seen it with Lithuanians or Persians before, maybe. But still, this is wild. Okay, real quick, let me get my introductions in, okay? What yellow should do, by the way, instead of panicking and making a barracks of his own, should really just wall it in. Like, yellow's now trying to make a militia, but now yellow doesn't have a house. But yellow is attacking it and may or may not wall it in. We have a name I can't pronounce in yellow playing as the Teutons. Teamed up with Legrete, who's playing as the Britons. Much easier. Start over here for Legrete, who's now walling up as well. So these guys know they're Black Forest. In the gray, we have the Weird Stranger playing as the Celts. And then the blue, we have Pake Mikado, who has gone for the crazy barrack opening. And is now just going to wall behind it. So as, as exciting as the barrack opening was, it has actually caused both blue and yellow some massive problems. Now, if you look at the if you look at the Vil count, it's totally worth it though, because yellow is at 5 eco, and I looked at yellow's 1v1 games, or not the games themselves, sorry, the profile, but yellow is usually much better than this. I just think that yellow's now like, oh, I need wood for stuff. Oh, geez, I need to make a militia because this scared me, and now yellow's whole build order is off. So if you would have told blue at the start that, like, hey, if you make a barracks there, you're going to have a 4-villager lead of your opponent, I'm pretty sure blue would have said, yeah, I'm going to do that every time. Also, we have a villager still coming this way from Legrete. No loom yet. Could lose this villager to the wolf. But Legrete fights it back and has experience enough to know. Wow, that was good micro. But, uh-oh, wait a second. Wait a second. There's a wolf here. So far, red has been a beastly player. Britons are a very easy civ to play with, so I should reference that, but my goodness. Walling up the middle, bringing in a boar now. No loom as well, with confidence. Comes blue. Blue has loom. I don't know if red will notice that. Red now shoots down that boar. Okay, it's not bad. Part of the strategy for low elo is to get walls down. And actually, blue just killed that villager. So nice little doink there from blue. And a loomed villager will also beat a Dark Age scout for what it's worth. Blue doesn't seem to have the confidence until his own scout is brought over, but now blue could fight this back. So blue is going to get a wall down between the teams. Would have been easier to maybe wall here and then wall here, but we'll see if blue wants to make a second barracks. Because that was funny. Red being really stubborn about this. As a team right now, everything's very close because you have red way ahead of everybody, but then you have yellow well behind everybody. And yellow has definitely had some struggles here. And the militia was made, not really doing anything. And wow, yellow is really experienced on Black Forest, I guess, because yellow's now brought 3 villagers to fight. Still doesn't have loom, though. I don't know if blue's just going to, like, look at the numbers here and say, I'm going to lose this fight, but blue will win the fight because there's no loom. I don't know, like, would a player of this elo recognize there's no loom here? Or would blue just freak out because the opponent's being very aggressive? Yeah, and that's exactly what's happening. Blue sees the aggression, and now red is in. And now this wolf is going to attack blue. Now blue has loom. I'm loving this game so much. Blue has loom, so the villager would actually survive the wolf attack, but won't be able to get the wolves down, or sorry, the walls down because of the wolf. And now red says, my turn to make a barracks in your wall area. How do you like it? And now, obviously, it makes a whole lot more sense, right? Because you actually have resources to be able to make some stuff, and it doesn't affect the rest of your eco. Oh, my God. This is crazy. Okay, Town Bell. Red loses the scout. All the villagers on the wood line were coming in as well. Oh, boy. This is really messy. And what is blue going to do? Blue is so scared now. And, oh, God. You forgot blue. No, 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 no. Oh. Okay, we're going to wall with our whole economy now. All right. Now, the funny thing about this is if you wall this off... Oh, wow. He's going to wall for his teammate. Dang, what a nice guy. Yeah, because if you wall this off... Oh, wait. Now blue thinks, what if I wall on the other side of your barracks? What are you going to do about that, buddy? That's what yellow did to me. Ha-ha! Now, yeah, red could delete the walls... Technically, gray is also here to help, but can't walk through now because there's no gate. Oh my God, this is this is so messy, man. Now red has this militia walled in, is adding more walls. What is this game? This is ridiculous. Oh my God, guys, and gray has a sneak base. Gray is a sneak base. In a normal game, sorry for the screaming, but let me calm down. In a normal game, there's like one standout thing that I talk about. Like, wow, that barracks at the start was really funny. Wow, that affected this whole game. Wow, haha, funny. But no, like everything's crazy. And I would have to go back. I will do it after the game to see exactly how gray got here. But red lost the scout. And yellow hasn't scouted that. So it's a sneaky move. Now, yellow also did make a gate here. So, you know, that would mean that his pressure from gray would likely go over to hit red. And red's playing very well. But, yeah, this is wild. This is wild. Also, I don't know. I didn't check their profiles to see if maybe they teamed up together. When you queue up for ranked games, sometimes, you can queue into team games with strangers if you wish to. I'm going to assume that blue and gray don't know each other because blue's name is the weird stranger, so it wouldn't make sense for him to team up with anybody. Then his name wouldn't be honest. Also, this is kind of funny. It also shouldn't be possible, but it's a bug. Red is able to damage this house through his own palisade wall. But, yeah, I mean, 26 eco plus 16 takes you to 42 eco for this team. 41 eco for this team. And I'm happy that we have so many people here watching live at the moment, and then eventually later on YouTube. I hope you enjoy this, because this is wild. Like, yellow could delete these walls and attack blue's barracks. I feel like blue is just having a really rough time. Gray made the double barracks here, but I don't think has a plan with it right now. I like the fact that yellow is actually fishing in this pond. It might not seem like it's worth it, but it's still additional economy units, and you can eventually make fish traps here. So that's good. There's also another pond down here. The Black Forest generations are oftentimes very unfair with the pond generations. I'm always a little surprised devs haven't changed that, but I guess it's not like that big a deal. It's not like people play this version of Black Forest that much. Like, in a competitive game, for yellow to have 2 ponds and then blue have 0 would actually make a big impact. Red has a pond here, hasn't really used it, has lots of farming eco though, and I think red's gonna have the fastest castle time in the game. And red is the Britons, and red is on stone, so red might be thinking about maybe some longbowmen here. And then gray has had the sneak, but this is for way later in the game apparently. Gray clearly looking to go fast castle here as well. Still the only 22 eco, so not as impressive as it could be. If I had to choose a team right now, I would choose the Legrete team to win this game. Because Legrete. Legrete is playing very good. Yeah, we had 2 barracks inside wall areas. That's funny stuff, man. There's a market. There's a blacksmith for Gray. Gray, again, very close to clicking up. Okay, so here's my tip. And here comes Red now. Through his allies gate. I think he wants to wall with stone or something on this side. I'm not entirely sure. What? Oh, Red, you know... Okay, Red's making a second market down here. So Red's marketing here and then also marketing here. Interesting. Red might know what some people consider to be a trade exploit. And I'll be curious to... Whoa! Red just sent resources over to Yellow? Red now has no resources? Maybe they do know each other? I hope they know each other, because Yellow might be like, what? Why did you just send me all your resources? That's so weird, man. So that was, let's tab up. That was 162 wood, 1,100 food, and then 46 gold received. But you can see the tax that was there as well. I mean, sure, Red, you did have a lot more resources, but I don't know if this is the best strategy. Blue doesn't like this militia at all. And just drops a tower here to deal with that. And Gray still hasn't produced anything over here. Oh, no, Gray did produce. I can see it right there. He's gone for man-at-arms. So this is going to be a sneaky longsword rush in Castle Age, and I'm digging it. Sneak. So here's my tip with the sneak, okay? So if you want to sneak, I absolutely love and adore you, all right? But the worst thing that can happen for you is if you are waiting for the sneak to work, and then they just break through your palisade walls and run into your base and you've got nothing. So if you're going to Black Forest sneak, you definitely need to add stone walls, because otherwise you're just gonna be made a fool out of, basically. I don't know. Like, let's just assume that Yellow and Red know each other. It's possible Red knows that he's the superior player. And Yellow says, hey, I had a really rough start. And Red just said, oh, okay, that's fine. And it's not a big deal. I'll just send you resources to get to Castle Age. Supplies coming in for Yellow. And you get to Castle Age first, and I'll catch up. And meanwhile, I'll wall up the map. You know, for Gray, it's like Gray's buying a ton of food just to be able to make man-at-arms. Gray's got 22 villagers. That's so low. I was also not booming, but fortunately for Gray, Red is not looking to push at all. Yellow getting supplies and all these technologies. Should I assume that Yellow is actually going to push with infantry, maybe? I don't think so. I think Yellow's just trying to get all the technologies just to feel good about life. Okay, so the trade exploit is, let's say Yellow had a market here and then Red actually made his market here while having a market at home. So the trade will always go to the furthest market you have. And so what you can do is you can produce markets right next to your allies market, and you could send your trade out of that market to your new market. And then you get the return distance gold, right? So you can get, like, max trade is like, what, 140 or something like that? So you could have your market right next to your allies market. But if you make another one on the other edge of the map, you get the full... You basically skip the trip there, right? So, like instead of having to travel from the market you're getting the gold in all the way over to the other side of the map, then get your 100 whatever it is gold, when it gets back, you skip the trip. So some people, you know, back in the day, it didn't work like that. And I understand the change that they made is actually really smart to make it more intuitive and just easier to control later on. But some people think that that's an exploit. But it's allowed, right? It's allowed. It's just, I think, because we're a bunch of old farts and we just weren't used to that strategy being allowed. And Red Market see the sneak? No, Red Market can't see the sneak. And here comes Gray with longswords and getting +2 attack. Just waltzing right in. And he's going right to the wood line. And is just going to wreck this wood line. Oh my god, the weird stranger is such a god. What a crazy play. And Red was never expecting this. Red is fully stonewalled. Red figured everything was fine. Red also hasn't reacted yet. Maybe focused on placing more stone walls. And doesn't even know that the eco's getting destroyed by these longswords. That's the last thing that Red ever expected. Hello? Legrete. You're going to regret not checking for sneaks. Oh my god. Look at all the walls. Look at all the walls. Red, look back at your economy. No. So I have a theory. So this tower is hitting Red's buildings. And with that, there's an attack noise, right? And so I think Red has grown accustomed to hearing the attack notification from that tower. And thus isn't reacting to this because there's not a different attack noise. There's not a different attack signal. Now, Red, probably should look back at home. But from Red's point of view, Red had queued up villagers and is going to look at that later on. So, yeah, Red just... this is low elo, right? So, Red's just not looking home at all. And I think Red might have noticed now. I think Red... Nope. Okay, villagers walling. Even still, that is a very late reaction. Red had such a good start, so I would have expected a little bit more. But look, Yellow... So, Red is now stone gating this. And Yellow's making longswords to go deal with that. So I'm guessing that Yellow and Red are communicating on Discord or something. And I think Yellow's going to go try and help. Oh, no, never mind. Red just resigned. Never mind. I was like, why'd this villager stop walling? No, actually, Red just left the game. And so the sneak probably has won the game for them. Unless Yellow wants to win this on his own now. Blue made it to Castle H. Well done, Blue. It was such a rough ride for Blue early, who started off the craziness with the forward barracks. And we now see 3 TCs for Blue. Gray, of course, can just boom up and chill now. Here comes Gray, though, with the longswords. Dune longswords are actually quite good because they get extra melee armor, but there's full upgrades for Gray. And so Gray's going to win this, and this might actually prompt Yellow to end up resigning here. I'm telling you, sneaking villagers on Black Forest is a very solid strategy. Highly recommend you consider it. It's also very satisfying. If it doesn't work out, it's whatever, but when it does work and your opponent has no clue you're there, man, is it awesome. And Yellow still in the game, but decided to ring the town bell, so... ringing the town bell is actually even worse with Teutons because you can fit more villagers inside your TC, so that's even more villagers that don't work. Also, the game just got super stuttery. I hope it's not the classic try and lag out the game strategy here from Yellow. Maybe it's somebody's PC or something, but oh, man. Well, guys, I wasn't at exact live time when we joined this, so I don't know exactly how long it is. But considering I believe this game is very over, I'm going to fast forward to wherever live time is exactly. Feels like a good time to use the fast forward since the game started to stutter. Yellow's going to continue. And Gray's going to continue to make more longswords, though. And, of course, this just gives time for Blue to go up to the Imperial Age. Well, look at this. Early chemistry. Maybe we'll work towards bombard cannons. Some fun strats here. Also, big shout out to Phil very much for the stars earlier. I got distracted by the sneak villagers. What a funny game, man. No, Yellow's losing all the houses. That's so annoying. It's a good strat. So, I wish I could interview the red and yellow team. I wish I could ask Legrete why the strategy was to get Yellow Castle Age. Since then, though, Yellow's actually been the best boomer in the game. Yellow's economy is actually really good, so maybe they just knew that Yellow would dominate and that Red would be able to catch up in this game later on. They're probably hoping this game could go really late behind all these walls. Gray now has the ability to run through here with any new eco. Bombard cannons are hitting Red's walls here. Blue will have to delete some of his own buildings. The barracks is actually getting some use, guys. He's producing some halbs there. And yellow's Teutonic Knights would wreck everything that's being made by the enemy right now, except for any gunpowder. And now we're at live time. What do you mean by lag out the game strategy? Well, I don't know if it's possible these days, but back in the day, you could, like... What were those things called? Lag switches? I don't really know exactly how it works, but, like... I know that it was a thing where you could make the internet lag, and so it would, like, eventually disconnect. I was obviously joking, though. I don't think Yellow's actually doing that. Yellow's trying. Like, Yellow's genuinely trying and has made a crap ton of infantry here, which is not bad. Blue's getting the Hufnitze, though. And if Blue were to get hand cannons or archers out as well, would eventually have the tools to push back Yellow. Yellow has a lot of economy and will be in the Imperial Age soon, so maybe Yellow can do it. But I like how Gray got the position and then walled it up. Said, nope, you're not coming back through here. Also, Gray's going to drop some towers. Yeah, I definitely think Imp should be the priority right now for Yellow. Now, fortunately, maybe Red could see the future and Red knew that eventually he would die. Because Red has dropped a market, which makes things very convenient for Yellow. If Yellow had to trade to this market, it just wouldn't be possible. That's kind of funny how that market gets some value here. Yellow really likes the line of houses, so continues that line. And I'm wondering if Blue knows you can delete your own units and buildings. Because otherwise, that barracks is a problem. You could also destroy it with attack grounds, I guess. Lag switches were rampant on FPS games back in the day. Yeah, I remember, and I never, like, there's no way to confirm it, obviously, but I remember I used to play games. I used to play, like, FIFA or something, and then in, like, the 80th minute, if I'm up 4-0 and the person was getting annoyed. Like, you know some of the dumb things people can do where they just, like, pause all the time. Anyways, I used to play FIFA a lot back in the day. Don't play it anymore. It's crap now. But, you just knew that they were intentionally lagging the game. And because of the situation. That's what I was referring to. But it seems like that whatever stutter that was is kind of stopped, and it probably was just performance. There's a lot of units on the map, and so that can lead to some lag here or there. T90, what if Red and Yellow are the same player, and Yellow just used Red's economy to prop up the early economy? Wow, that's quite a conspiracy theorist, conspiracy theory here. Maybe. Yeah, maybe it's the same person. Maybe Red just, like, went to the other side of his desk and is on his other computer right now. Loving the Teutonic Knights. Teutons against Celts. I mean, unless the Celts make siege, normally it's not so good for the Celts. Even if the Celts make siege, it's not so good for the Celts. Teutons have their own siege. Love the positioning of the siege workshops here for Gray. There's something satisfying about that. However, I wonder if it's possible to send siege out of this workshop. Oh, I guess it would pop out over here. Yeah, there is a one tile gap there. Blue is still really worrying me because Blue has all this army and has not shown me that they're aware that they can go through this area. So there is a slight chance that Yellow will be able to fight back Gray and have the absolute game of their life here. What percentage would I give Yellow to win? 5%, man. 5%. Chemistry's on the way for Yellow. Yellow has good blacksmith technologies, but not all. And Yellow's got amazing army production. And from what it seems like, Gray is going to be going for infantry. So maybe it's going to be infantry and siege as well. Oh, these keeps. 10 out of 10 keeps, man. I love that positioning there. Also, Celts could get Stronghold, which means their towers fire faster. I mean, it's honestly one of the more useless unique techs in the game, but still, it does help. Okay, Blue's now deleted the barracks, and here comes Blue. Okay. The Blue is missing Bracer, which is an issue with the lack of range. But let's see if Yellow knows about any of this. Okay, as far as yellow's concerned, there's just houses and a barracks there. Comes blue. I think even without Bracer, blue would be completely fine. If there was siege, I'd be a little more worried. Because you could see siege damaging these units, but... Comes yellow. There's Hoofnitze back here as well. Boom! Just wait for it. There should be some big shots. Yep, massive shots on the long swords. Massive choke point here as well. Yellow's going to run right into the trap. It started with a barracks. It ends with a Teutonic Knight sandwich. Not really a sandwich. It's more like a spread, right? Because they're all dead, flattened out there on the ground. Nice play from blue. Yeah, very nice play from blue. Yellow, I understand that you're frustrated your teammate got bested here, and you want to play with Teutons, but you might be bested. Have some fun, but you might want to consider calling it here shortly. Surely if Gray moves in, then he's going to call it. Wow. Okay, so blue started off with the barracks and the choke, and the Dark Age was disastrous, and then now look at him. I'd say the same for yellow. Yellow's Dark Age was also disgustingly bad. And then red looked like the player that was going to dominate everyone. And then red was the first to die. What a crazy game. I like to think that yellow and red are on a voice call right now. And yellow's like, Jim, like, what are you doing, man? What are you doing? Like, how did you not scout that? I thought you were good at this game. And then Jim's like, well, Jeff, what about you, man? I sent all my resources to you so you wouldn't die. He's like, yeah, but you were supposed to wall the map. Like, how you made 6 layers of walls. How did you let somebody in? He snuck in because you didn't have a scout, man, because you had a barracks in between the choke point. I like to think that they're best friends and they're bickering at each other right now. And then they settle down and they're like, hey, it's okay. It's cool. It's just a game. Let's go play some more Black Forest. Classic Jeff, classic Jim. We all have friends like that. But yeah, great game. That was cool, man. From the sneak villagers to the early barracks to the crazy walls to, of course, the finish there with the Hoofnitzes and the Arbalest. Black Forest is the map that's normally about walling, and we saw some unique stuff with that this game. There's the KD. Blue looks like the king at the end there. 107 kills, 23 deaths, 40-9 there for the Weird Stranger. Obviously not the most competitive game ever in the long term, but still felt like it was a really fun one to watch. So, GG. Okay, so here's the Vil. I completely forgot about this. Let's go back and see how long ago this villager made it here. Okay, so he's just chilling. So Gray was there for a long time, way before I noticed that. Also, shout out to the color gray. Blends in with the trees and the snow. We're at 4 minutes and it's still here. What? What? Okay, wait. Okay, that's when Gray was thinking about doing something. And here we go. Follow. Oh. Follow. Ah. Okay, so at the start of the game, Gray ran out and walled this. And so walls it up. And then has one of the villagers just run through the gate and the gate, excuse me, and makes a beeline towards that little opening. And Black Forest has always played and explored too, so Gray could see that there was a gap there. That's smart thinking there from Gray. Obviously, eventually ends up building the barracks, but sat here for a long time. Red showed up, saw the walls, and Red figured everything was fine. Sick stuff. All right, I like it.